Hello, everyone. As you know, I'm your host, Gary Peart, and today, some of you, I'm sure, would like to know my story. It's funny that when you hear someone speaking, you never know where they're coming from, what they've been through, how we got to the place we got to and able to share something like a podcast. And today I'm going to share with you my story. Well, if you was to see where I was born and where I'm coming from, you, as an individual, would never say that this individual, Gary Peart, has a chance to succeed in life. Born in Jamaica in 1963, I was now I'm discovering, one of 30 in my family line. My mom had four, my father had about 26 kids himself, so I'm just one of 30. And I really do not know which number I am, I just know I'm one of 30. So based on where I'm coming from, not having a father in the home that I can emulate or follow after, certainly enough, you wouldn't put the title "the most likely to succeed" next to my name. But that being the case, there was a drive that I had within me that would not allow my beginning to determine my success. Every time I would hear someone say, he can't, or he's not good enough, there was something in me that just kicked in and said, no, you cannot tell me I can't do anything. And I set my mind that if I gain knowledge, no one can take from me what I've earned and what I've learned and what I've gained. So I set my mind out to gain as much knowledge as possible. So I left in Jamaica and arrived in America in 1974, and I didn't know it at the time. I became an overachiever. I went to high school, I went to grade school, high school, went through the whole process. I went on to college. The idea was I was so hungry to learn, and I had this driving me for success that I would not let anything limit my ability to gain as much knowledge as I could gain. And there was this motivation in me when somebody said you couldn't or you can't. Just to prove them wrong, I had this driving me that said, hey, prove them wrong, that no one can tell you you can't do anything. And so the moment here can, to me, that I took as a challenge. And just to prove them wrong, I will go out and succeed at what they tell me I could not do. So here's one story. I started at Burger King in 1981. I asked a simple question to the manager: how long will it take me to get me to the top? He said, well, there's never been anyone who became an employee, worked their way to the top, and became part owner. I said, you watch, I'll become that. And within 20 years, I went from an employee to become part owner of the Burger King that I was working in. I achieved that goal. And so the next phase, when I left Burger King, I came to a place where I realized I was putting all this energy, effort, and time out into someone else's pocket. And I thought to myself, why don't I put that work, effort, time, and energy into my own pocket? And I started my own company, PD Armor Services. Today, not only was a part owner in Burger King, but also I started my own company. And now after that process, wrote the book that you're now hearing about called Greatness in You. Because I'm realizing that even though I've accomplished these great things that some would say you reached the pinnacle of your life, I realize there's more potential that's within me. So I don't allow myself to stop because I accomplished a goal or became part owner. I started my own company. I started writing a book. And now you hear me here talking the podcast. Because why? There's still more potential in me. And so you never know who you're hearing and you're listening to and what their story's like. But everything and the place where I was coming from basically was telling me, based on my outer circumstances, that I had no chance of success. But I say it this way, and there's a key statement I'll make here. There's never been a test developed by any human being that can determine the greatness or the success of an individual on the inside. So what am I saying to you? It does not matter how you begin your life. It matters how you end. My beginning was very difficult, very hard, didn't have a lot of stuff, was poor. I mean, not just like you hear in America, poor, P-O-O-R. I was P-O poor, P-O-Po. I was po. That means let me tell you let me explain what this looked like. Four sleeping in the bed. In America, you have your own bedroom. We're four sleeping in the bed. One would pee the bed, and you move to the other side and push the other one over to make sure you didn't say you did it. That's poor. We didn't know where our next meal was coming from. That's poor. So if you look at my life, I was starting in a poor place, but now today, looking back, I'm thankful for that beginning, because why? That beginning is what motivated me to become who I am today. So here's the key. Many of us have not strived to be successful because of our beginning, because that parent was not there, because of the abuse we went through. But I say this, your beginning is not the determining factor of your end or your success. It is your beginning where you start, but your end determine your success. So what I'm saying to you, where you start is not the determining factor of how successful or how great you can become, because you still have potential, you still have your future, and your future is far greater than your past. Sad part to say, many of us are living a life looking backward at the past, and because of that, that past has become a barrier in our life where we're not seeing it for what it is. Well, a barrier becomes one of two things in your life: an obstacle or a doorway or an opportunity. You get to choose which one of those is going to be. Sad part to say, because we've been hurt, been abused, has not had great opportunity, we give up on life and say, because of my mom, because of my dad, because of my sister or my brothers, or because this happened to me, I can't be successful. And I say to you today, that's not true. You get the opportunity to determine whether or not your past is going to be a stepping stone or a barrier. I say to you today, let it become a stepping stone, so when you look back at your past, you can use it as an opportunity to thank. You may say, I say my way, thank God for that where I began. I don't curse it, I'm thankful for it, and now it's made me a greater man, and I now encourage people, it doesn't matter where you begin, your future is certain enough brighter than your past. You can become great. It's already in you. Do not let your beginning stop you. Your end is more important than where you began. And there's greatness in you. Thank you for listening to the Greatness in You podcast. All episodes are available on iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more. If you like the podcast, please rate and review on iTunes, as this is the best way to help spread the word about this podcast. Also, if you'd like to support this podcast, don't forget to visit the Greatness in You Patreon page, where members will have access to exclusive content and other words of encouragement. And if you're interested in finding out more about your purpose and potential, check out my book, The Greatness in You, which is available at Barnes & Noble's, BAM Bookstore, and on Amazon, as well as many other places. Until next time, remember, there is greatness in you.